later. So I just got back from Cancun, and I have been sick like the last 5 days. So a lot of my trip I was sick, and my internet was really spotty. And I believe Sunday night was like the going away party. Like they have an opening night ceremony, and then they have like a going away, like basically goodbye, like see you later, farewell. And that was on Sunday night. And so I wouldn't have been able to do the call. So that's why I did it tonight. But the internet was spotty too. So I was like, I'll just wait till I get back. But I actually went to the doctor today because I have been extremely sick for like the last 5 days. I don't know if it's something I've eaten or what. So I don't even know if I'll last the full 30 minutes, but I'll try my best to keep you all talking as much as possible. But I wanted to still have a call this week and just kind of see how everybody was doing and seeing where everybody was, where you are, with meal prepping and planning and your workouts, and to see if there was suggestions or tips, and just kind of seeing what we feel like we're doing really good on and what we feel like we're struggling on. I'll go ahead and share. So like this week, they had celebrity trainers there that you can do workouts with at these trips. So basically I was in Cancun for, it's called like a Success Club trip, and it's for coaches who hit Success Club. And you don't have to hit Success Club every single month to earn a trip, but you earn more trip dollars, which is how you earn it for free. The more months that you hit it, or the more points that you get, the more money you get towards your trip. And so some of the benefits are like they will pay for everything except for your flight there. You can meet the celebrity trainers, you get workouts with them. I've got pictures with them. And so it really brings them from like a celebrity status on your screen every day to like real life people. And there's usually like 4,000 or 5,000, 6,000 other coaches, depending on how big their groups are, of where you can meet coaches from your team from all over the country and stuff. So I really wanted to, spend as much time as I could with my coaches and the team, but I ended up getting sick. And so there was one whole day where I was up a lot of the night in the bathroom, and then the next day I ended up sleeping like 7 hours of basically the majority of the day away. And then even at the farewell party, I think they had a bunch of food out, and like even the hot food, I just did not have an appetite. And so Nick was nice enough to go get me some cold fruit out of a steakhouse, and I had water. So like the last couple of days I didn't drink any alcohol. I really was cautious about what I ate. And so so the workouts and stuff the last, I would say 5-6 days have been like nothing. And like even now, like I'm still waiting for my medicine to come in from the pharmacy. I swear if I did a jump, I'd probably have to go change my pants. Like if that gives you an idea, like just to be, truth in the room. My diet hasn't been, I don't want to say it's been awful, but it's not been great either, because I've not been eating very much. I am drinking water. Hold on. Because I got really dry mouth, and because I can tell I've been dehydrated. But I've also not been eating Reese cups or anything like that. So it's just the time I think I just need to let my body heal and finally get drugs, because I got medicine down there and it really did nothing. And I took like 8 doses, and then we read online, like if you take too much, it can actually make it worse. So we were like, we're not going to do any more. He bought me this nasty coconut flavored Pedialyte. It was so disgusting. And he was like, you got to drink this, yada, 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 whatever. So my workouts have been non-existent. The meal plan, it's just I haven't really feel like I've been on anything, and I was hoping to hop into something, but I don't anticipate starting a program or doing any workouts, honestly, probably till early next week, which will probably be better anyway, because we got back late last night. I know I'm rambling, but like at 2:30. And then we're actually leaving again on another trip tomorrow, but it's in state with our whole family, with our kids. So we're going to go to Mammoth Cave and spend like Saturday, I believe. And then we're coming back. So we're only going to be gone for 3 or 4 days. So I'm hoping by then I'll be completely rested up and we'll be ready to do my workouts again on Monday. So that's kind of how I've been doing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like, I've been doing the shake, my shake and all that stuff. Just been trying to be careful of drinking enough water because I haven't even really been wanting. Like, I struggle with Diet Coke, and I have not even been wanting anything carbonated. It's just like anything that just upsets my stomach. So that's how I've been kind of doing. And I know that it's easy to kind of, when you get sick, like Samantha, have you been sick for 5 days, just to kind of not really get back on the wagon because you're just kind of like, it's so easy not to do it because you haven't been doing it. So I just want to encourage you, that if you all have kind of, not been 100% consistent this month with your workouts or whatever, this journey isn't about hopping in the academy and expecting to just turn a light bulb switch and everything be perfect. And you want to do the workouts, you want to eat good, and that you will be like white on rice. And then if you're not, you're a big fat failure all over again. No. This is basically when you do use your focus or you do hop off track, that you're able to kind of get that motivation and just that kind of encouragement to get back on track, and that this is a marathon and not a sprint. Why, as a coach, I do coach. And I've been doing it for 3 years because even if I do fall off the wagon in a couple weeks, I know that if I'm trying to find new people to get excited about doing a program or something, that I'm more likely to get excited too, because like their excitement, like your excitement feeds off of one another. So with that, how do you all feel like your workouts are going, your meal plan's going? Do you feel like what do you feel like you're doing? What's your strongest area? What do you feel like is your weakest area? And what are some ways you feel like either I can, as your coach, or the group as a whole, can help for some more support?
I always do well with working out. That's never a problem with me. Mine is more along the lines of being good with the meal plans, eating right. Can do good for several days, and then it's like, sugar.
Yeah. Now, with your meal plans, like, do you prep at all? Like, do you plan for it? Sorry, like I've got all this things.
We tried to do that several times, but when it's not just you, it makes it hard.
So do you feel like you are normally falling off track when you're not planning or when you're traveling, or like do you find certain triggers for you for falling off track?
Well, I can't say it's traveling because I don't travel. I have a husband that doesn't have any problems, and so he just thinks that, let's just eat whatever, and I'll let him pull me off the wagon.
Well, that's when you need to sit down and be like, honey, and even if you need to sit him in front of your phone and say, honey, my friends are going to talk to you, and we're going to talk to him. We're going to say, leave her alone. If she's going to make something, you will eat it too, and you're going to like it, and you're not going to say a darn word except for, thank you, honey, that was wonderful.
Well, he does a lot of cooking too, so.
Yeah. Well, that's when you say, all right, honey, she's going to do all the shopping, and you're going to cook what she buys.
Yeah.
I know it's nice when you've got everybody in the house on board. I totally get that. But I think have you had like a talk with him and just saying, maybe like limit him, say, if I'm going to have one quote unquote cheat meal or a meal that you feel like you are cheating on, limit it to either like one day a week or one meal a week or whatever, so that way, like when Saturday comes up, that's your day. But when Sunday comes around, like you got to put the fork down, put the cheesecake away, and you got to get back on track. But that's where you got to have the self-control too, because some people can't allow themselves those cheat moments, because then that kind of just feeds emotional eating or whatever. So, so you kind of have to, have a conversation with yourself and also him and figure out something where it's not every 2 or 3 days you feel like you're falling off the wagon. but something that you're allowing yourself to. You want to be able to indulge. And that's why, like, I don't like to really label them cheat days. Like, you're allowing yourself to enjoy things, but it's also about moderation. And let me go into something. So there's actually a new program coming out that I'm still trying to find more information about because they've just been sharing about it. And it's not even a fitness program. It's all about, it's a meal plan. And I'll post about it in the group. But it's by a new person, new dietitian. She's new to Beachbody. And the program is called 2B Mindset. Like the letter number 2, the letter B, and then mindset. And basically it's not counting containers, it's not counting carbs, calories, nothing. There's no counting. It talks about not cutting out food groups. You're allowed to indulge. But there are a couple of, like, obviously there's a plan though. And so I'm very intrigued because there have been several people who have been able to follow low impact workouts or yoga and are losing like 30, 40 pounds after a couple of months on this program. Like, I know, like, some of the tips that she does, because I started following her on Instagram and stuff, is one of her tips is before you eat, water first.
Yeah.
You know, you drink your water first. And then, and that's like one of the hashtags she used. Then she also uses another saying, veg most. So the majority of your plate needs to be mostly veggies, then proteins, and then your carbs. So you're not having to cut out your carbs. You can have whatever carbs you want, but they need to be the smallest quantity that you're consuming. So it's like water first, veggies most. And anyway, so I don't have a whole lot of information about it besides like the promo stuff. Like, I mean, I've heard about the cost and stuff like that, but I want to know like the nitty gritty details of it. Because I'm kind of intrigued, because if I'm not having to count containers and stuff, I'm like, I'd give it a try, you know, so.
Yeah.
But that might be something to consider too, so that you are still eating everything that your husband cooks. It's just, you know, if he's cooking a meal, be like, honey, can you make some extra vegetables? Then you have to have the self-control to do water first, veggies most, then eat the rest in you know, according to plan. Does it make sense? Like, you know, from there on out. And I think that could be a great way for you to kind of like, all right, like, I'm going to eat whatever he cooks, but he needs to know to make extra vegetables for me. Or I need to know I need to drink 2 cups of water before 30 minutes before my meal, so I'm not as likely to eat, you know, and get to all those extra carbs that I normally would. If that makes sense.
Those damn carbs.
Yeah.
They're so good.
We'll make progress. And that's all it really is. That's all you can do is, and you got to celebrate all those small victories. Anytime that you say no to a brownie, or, you know, and not that you can't say, not that you have to say no every single time, but it's the times that you don't really want it. You know, it's like, yeah, do I really need it right now? Or am I feeding an emotion right now? Or am I feeling lonely, or I'm tired? No, or am I just really wanting to enjoy a brownie? You know, so those are kind of the moments that we have to be victorious over. So, I've talked so much, my head's hurting. Skylar, what about you? Where are you doing well? Where are you struggling?
Been doing pretty good with the food. Lunches at work are always a little iffy, but if I'm picking something up, I'm being very careful about what's in it, what I'm actually eating. Helps that my husband's pretty much a human garbage disposal and I do all the cooking. So it's here, eat this. Thank you for thank you for the meal. He actually works out about the same time I do in the evenings. He'll be riding the recumbent bike while I'm over doing my workout in the other room. So that helps. Only thing I really struggle with, I guess, is just getting the time to fit everything in. So I've got an hour commute each way. At least. Yeah. It was either that or live apart from my husband for who knows how many years.
You all work, but was it 6 days a week you all work, or is it 5?
I only work 5.
Okay.
my company does this weird thing where they ask you to be 100% or 110% chargeable. So they want you to work a 50-hour work week. And it's like, I have a life, I have a commute. I don't get anything done during the week. So, but
That's tough.
the commute kind of chews up time. And if I have to run errands quick after work, or if I have a doctor's appointment or whatever, it's just trying to make that time for a meaningful workout sometimes gets a little hard.
So how do you feel like, I know this seems like a hard question. Do you find, well, I mean, in what ways do you feel like you could find more time for you? Maybe it could be on your weekends is where you are planning out some more of your meals.
Yeah, no. On the weekends, I do try and fit in extra workouts, a little bit, push a little bit harder on the weekends to make up for anything I missed during the week. For the most part, I've been pretty good about getting at least 5 to 6 workouts in a week.
That's great.
It's just trying to find that time and that balance between work, life, trying to sleep.
So how do you feel? So how long did you, because I know you were doing pretty good workouts before. Have you been noticing any changes in your body or energy or anything since, doing Beachbody workouts in general, or and being more, I guess, do you feel like you're doing more planning for your meals? Like, have you noticed any changes at all roundabout or?
I actually had a really good one both Monday and tonight. So Monday we went to a concert for one of my favorite musicians, 2 hours of dancing around, jumping around, and we were down on the main floor and the merch table was up on the next level. I actually sprinted up the stairs and my husband was behind me. We get to the top of the stairs and he's like, "You never do that." Because most of the time when we go to concerts, he has to nearly carry me out or at least walk there to support because my legs are so shot. And it wasn't even bothering me. And just to prove to him that I was fine, I started jumping around like an idiot. So, and then tonight I had to pick up some dog food from the pet store. And usually I grab the cart and go back and get it and wheel the cart out to my car. I was able to actually put it up on my shoulder and carry it out to my car without it bothering me whatsoever.
That's awesome.
Without it hurting or without struggling. So
that's great. What concert was it? Was it the? I know you were talking
Jack White.
Jack White. Is it not the one that you're wanting to go to the concert?
Yep, that's like the long-term goal. They're not releasing anything till 2019, so I still got about a year.
Hey, making progress, so that's great. Like, I know, like, there are certain times, like, when you kind of surprise yourself, you're like, oh, I did that. Like, a lot of times if we are limited, it's a lot of times by what we believe we can do because we don't want to feel like a failure. So we will only go so far physically because we've told ourselves we can only go that far. And it's only really when we're like pushed out of our comfort zone do we really see that we can a lot of times do more than that. So I think that's really great. Yay! I love non-scale victories. What about you, Samantha?
Well, when I eat, it's good choices, but I do struggle I skip meals like crazy. I think a lot of it just has to do with being a stay-at-home mom. I mean, I get caught up in cleaning or doing this and that, and you just forget about it. I mean, I'm struggling with getting my workouts in still.
Let me ask you a question. Have you forgotten to feed your kids?
Nope. Well, I pushed the time back, I should say. Like, I'll totally lose track. Like, my son usually eats about 11:30. Yeah, he didn't eat till almost 1 today. I mean, that kid will go find himself something, though, too, so.
What I'm saying is, you don't usually forget to feed your kids, but you forget to feed yourself. And I'm the same way. Like, I'll feed my kids 2 or 3 meals, and by the third meal of the day, I'm like, I haven't eaten today. Like, and my mom looks at me and he's like, "Are you serious? Like, sit down and eat." And I'm like, well, there's whatever on that plate over there that I tried to start eating 3 hours ago. So when I do make an honest effort, it's usually still there. So what I want you to do is, if you can either do this or not, you can either set alarms on your phone so that you can, or you know that by the time that your son, he gets his food and sits down and eats or whatever, you need to sit down and at least give yourself 10 or 15 minutes to eat something. I don't care if it's just you grab a bag, grab a handful of carrots with some peanut butter. I don't care if it's celery. I don't care what it is. I mean, I'm just trying to give you some healthy options there. No chips or anything crazy. But
Right.
even if you cannot sit down physically, something in your hand where you got in your mouth. Something's got to be in your mouth. I don't care if you're yelling outside one side of your mouth at your kids. Sit down, be quiet, yada, yada. The other side's got to have food chomping down, okay? All right?
Yeah.
Because it's important. Because, I don't know about y'all, but I get hangry. And a lot of times, I just consider a personality trait. In reality, I'm really not hangry all the time because I shouldn't be hungry all the time. If I'm eating, I'm not going to be hangry. So I shouldn't just say I'm a cranky person, or whatever, so if mama's happy, everybody's happy. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And if mama's hungry, ain't nobody going to be happy in the house.
Yep.
So you need to eat. And if you're afraid, if you notice that you're not eating at least when your kids are, you need to set a timer on your phone or an alarm. So, and I know your workouts have not been the greatest because of being sick. Have you done any so far? I haven't checked in the group today. Have you done any so far in the last day or so?
Well, I started doing the 80-day obsession, but since I was down for those days, I'm holding off on that, and I'm going to restart again. But I'm just doing cardio pretty much, just to do something.
Girl, out of all of them, you chose cardio? Okay, what kind of cardio are you doing? I mean, at least it's dancing or something fun.
No.
What's wrong with you? I do not like cardio. If you ask me to jump, I'll be like, where's the food? I'm like, I'll jump up, try to grab, food from a tree or something, but I ain't all about that life. I mean, I'll dance for you, but I ain't about, Why you want to do cardio?
I don't know. It's something to do. It gets me moving.
Oh my gosh, it gives me something to do. You not like weightlifting?
Well, usually when I do my workout, my daughter likes to join in. So jumping around or, it gets her moving too.
And you know what I did? I'll be right back. I'm going to show you what I did. Hey, Andrea.
Hey.
I'm going to show you right now what you need to do. My little girl likes to work out with me too. She got her own little dumbbells. They're little 2-pounders. Because this mama don't like to cardio. Because when she's like, Mommy, can you work out? And I'm like, because she wants to jump around and be like, but she likes to lift these. You need to get some little dumbbells. They have like little pounders too. Aren't they cute? I think they're cute. Man, who would ever choose cardio? Like, they fix cardio too or whatever. You need to get you some little dumbbells. Then they'll really think you're working out. Man, oh man. You have gone off on the deep end. Andrew, are you there? I don't know what she's done. So, I wanted to.
I'm still here if you're talking about me.
Okay, that's fine. I wanted to read a quote that is actually. So I know some of you all are reading Champagne Diet, and then some of you are reading You're a Badass. And this quote is actually out of You're a Badass by Jen Cicero, which if you're in the middle of Champagne Diet, I recommend that one second. But anyways, the quote says, your life is the canvas. Your thoughts, words, and attitudes are the paint. Your body is the brush. Your actions are the strokes, and your intentions are the sketches. Your beliefs are the skills you use to apply the paint. Your faith in yourself and the unknown determine how glorious and holy crap, I can't believe this is my awesome life, the picture will be. That last part's hard for me to read it because it's like got a lot of dashes. How glorious and it says how glorious and holy crap, I can't believe this is how oh my gosh, why can I read? Holy crap, I can't believe this is my awesome life, the picture will be. So I guess it's like the title of it or whatever. But I love that. It's like your life is your canvas. So your life it's a blank canvas. It can really be whatever you paint it to be. And I love it. It says your thoughts and your words and attitude are the paint. So you determine your paint colors. You determine what you want on your canvas, and your body is the brush. Your actions are your strokes, and your intentions are what you sketch. Your beliefs are the skills you use to apply the paint. So really, what I love is you can have great attitude, a beautiful body, a beautiful brush, great actions with strokes, and amazing intentions. But it says your beliefs are the skills that you use to apply the paint. If you don't have any skills, if you don't have belief in yourself, it's going to look like a kid just went on there and just did finger paint. But if you begin to believe in yourself and you believe that you have the capability of overcoming whatever is thrown at you, does that mean that you're going to get it the first time around? No. But neither did a kid learning to walk or talk it the first time, you know? So how many times have you seen a kid fall, like a toddler learning to walk, and you're like, you know what, you failed 10 times, so let's not get up and try to walk again? Never. You would never do that. But how many times do we see ourselves failing, and after the second time we're like, oh, I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to fail. I'm a big fat failure. And then basically we've allowed that to determine every other action we could possibly take in our life. We've allowed our 2 times of failure or our missteps determine every other action or opportunity that we could potentially, seek upon and take advantage of. And so I just want you to, and I'll put that quote in the group too. And I just want to challenge you that you can have all the best tools in the world, but without belief in yourself and belief that one day, no matter how many times you may fall, you will eventually learn to walk. And not only that, you go from crawling to walking to running to sprinting and being able to do whatever you want to. And you may be on chapter 1 of your journey, you may be on chapter 10, you may be on chapter 20 or wherever. But the thing is, it's your journey and it's your journey alone. And it's not until you can own it and own it where you're at will you truly be able to feel liberated. And the feeling of having freedom and feeling of liberation is just, it's priceless. So I wanted you to think about that. And and you can answer if you want, but if you don't want to. Do you feel like that I guess when it comes to your belief skills, would you have the ability to paint like a toddler or an actual artist? Like, where's your belief system right now? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you are still a kid in preschool, with fingers paint everywhere? Or do you believe that you're a master artist? Or do you believe you're somewhere in the middle? Personally, I don't want to say I'm a master artist, but I do believe in myself. but I always feel like there's always room for growth. But I also have learned so much in the last few years that, like, I know I'm totally capable of anything that I am willing to step out of my comfort zone to achieve, if that makes sense. And I am willing to own my journey, whether it's the victories or the failures that I've achieved, if that makes sense. And by that, I mean, for instance, I have never worn a bikini in my life, whether I was a child or an adult. And right now where I'm at is not the smallest I've been as an adult on my weight loss journey. I've gained, I don't know, probably, honestly, I don't know how much is last year, maybe 15 or 20 pounds since this time last year. Would you believe, if someone who normally says, oh, I've gained 15, 20 pounds the last year, do you think they would want to step in a bikini for the first time in their life? I don't know. But part of me was just like, you know what? Like, throwing on one of my old bathing suits or not getting in a bathing suit isn't going to hide that fact. I own it. I own the mistakes that I made. I own those extra chocolate cakes that I ate. I own the workouts that I've skipped. And that's okay, because I know that my body is much more than a number on a scale. I know that it can accomplish much more than I've allowed my mind to allow it to achieve. And so that's one of the big reasons why I ziplined this year, because I was scared crapless. It was kind of like, all right, this is the year of liberation for Robin, because I've been through so much crap. I am not where I want to be. But you know what? Emotionally, I'm farther than I've ever been. And I will take that over on a scale victory any day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I also feel like part of, just to touch on what you're saying about like the emotional type and like having faith in yourself, I feel like others' opinions kind of like bring us down. And I feel like when we have those opinions, sorry, I had a really bad day today. When those kind of opinions are said to others and or shared, whether it's on social media or whatever, to go against you, that instead of bringing us down, it should only make us more confident, because we don't have to prove ourselves to anyone but ourselves. Mm-hmm. And that those things that they're saying is, yeah, that's what they maybe think, but so what? You have so much more worth than what they're saying. Like, you realize you're so much better. And that's what I had to do today, because I actually got called a life-size Shrek today.
And what I will tell you, that is a more reflection of them and not of you.
But it just made me like sit back and realize that, you know what, you're not the one that like signs my checks at work, because I was at work when it happened. And I was like, you're not the one that signs my checks. I can't let your opinion, which obviously you have more stuff going on than you want to let on, affect what I'm doing. It's only going to drive me to do even better, because you think so lowly of me that I'm just going to make myself feel better in the long run with it.
And I will say this, because I can get on a soapbox about people like that. Hurt people. And like I said, that's going to be more a reflection of them than you. And there are so often that people, they will do whatever they can to build themselves up. And they'll lash out around anybody around them. And so, honestly, I don't know if you can block them or whatever, but I wouldn't give them the time of day, because they obviously were trying to prove something to other people or to themselves. And I can't imagine an adult saying that. A healthy adult at that. I really
don't. One of my coworkers on top of it, so it made for an interesting day at work, to say the least.
I wouldn't even know what to say, because that's just like a mature adult does not say something like that.
And she posted it to Facebook, and so it got sent to me, and that's how I was aware of it. And she didn't say a single word to me all day. And like, I work in a call center, so we're all close together and stuff like that. So I was just like, you know what, like I'm going to end up turning into a sour witch, but I'm not going to put myself in a situation to let it affect me like it did today. I'm just going to let it drive me and make me get to where I know I want to be and where I can get to be, so I don't have to deal with that. And I don't have to worry about someone's mindset or comments affecting how I feel about myself, because it kind of hit where it hurt really bad. And then my friend kind of talked me out of it and was like, you know, they're not worth it. Don't let it get to you. Like, you need to think more.
Because you're worth more. But we have less than a minute left, so it'll cut off here in just any time. But yeah, they aren't worth it. They're not. And the thing is, you know, you just have to remind yourself that they are hurting and they're doing anything that they can to make themselves feel better. And I know that doesn't really make you feel better. If anything, like, I mean, I would think bad thoughts about them, and I would be like, well, I hope you get syphilis or something, you know, or chlamydia. But I'm really mean like that. Or like a UTI or whatever, you know. I'm one of those people.